Today we're going to go over some really basic at-home ankle strength and mobility exercises. These are super important for anyone that runs, especially on trails, or is someone that rolls their ankles consistently or has had several ankle sprains. All you're going to need is some tape. You can use masking tape, athletic tape. You can use a necktie if you have that around instead, just to make some shapes on the floor, and you'll see what we do with that later. And a tennis ball, a lacrosse ball, or a yoga tune-up ball, whatever you have available. You're going to start with bare feet, and then we're going to move into working with your shoes on. So you're going to need both shoes off and shoes on. First exercise you're going to do, you're going to take the tennis ball, and you're going to place it in the middle of your foot. What you're going to do is you're going to roll the ball forward or backwards as you lift your toes up, and then you're going to roll the ball forward along the middle of your arch, and you're going to curl your toes under. So nice and slow, you're going to do 10. And you're really kind of putting as much pressure as you feel comfortable. Shouldn't be pain more than about a 4 out of 10 or discomfort out of 4 out of 10. But you should feel like a bit of a stretch or a bit of massage happening in the arch of your foot. This is really great for someone that gets that chronic tight underfoot pain or plantar fasciitis, especially in the summer as you start wearing less shoes. Good, and then you're going to move the ball to the instep of your foot. Same thing, you're going to roll the ball forward and back, lifting the toes as you move towards the heel and curling the toes as you go towards the toes. You're going to do about 10. And then you're going to roll it to the outside of the foot. And you're thinking of lifting that pinky toe side of the foot. And then you're doing the exact same thing, 10 forward and back. Good, okay, when you're done that, pop the ball aside for a minute. You won't need it for right now. We're going to talk about your foot's most stable position, and that is the tripod. So if you think about your foot as a triangle, think of your big toe joint, so not your toe where the toenail is, but the joint. Think of that being point 1. Your second point is if you draw a line straight across and you reach that pinky toe joint, that's joint 2. And then your heel, that middle of your heel, that's point 3. So that's going to make your foot tripod or your foot triangle. That's your most stable position. So what we want to do in that position is really find the ground underneath of you. You're going to do this a couple different ways. So first way, you're going to start to just roll onto your pinky or onto your big toe side, and you're going to keep that joint down. And you're going to keep it down as you roll out to the pinky side. Good, so now you've got point 1, point 2, and then you're going to shift your weight back a little bit so that you feel the heel. So you should feel equal weight between point 1, point 2, point 3. You're going to work on that. When that starts to feel comfortable, what you can start to do is you can start to go up onto your toes. You're going to roll into that big toe joint. You're going to keep that down. You're going to roll into the pinky toe joint, and then you're going to drop the heel. So now that's more of a stable foot tripod. And then you're going to lift the toes, spread them apart like you're splaying your fingers, and then you're just going to relax them down. So let's do 5 of those. That's going to be your foot warm-up. So you're going to go up, in, out to the pinky side, down, splay the toes, relax them. Up, in, pinky side, down, splay the toes, relax them. That's 2. Up, in, pinky side, down, splay the toes, relax them. That's 3. 2 more. Splay, relax. Last one. Really try and be nice and controlled. And relax. Good. Okay, so that gives you your first 2 exercises. The next one we're going to do, you can start with this on just a flat surface, and then I'll show you after what it looks like if you're on a step or a curb. You're going to go up really slow, and then you're going to go down really slow. So it's just a calf raise. If you can do 20 of these and you don't have any issues, you can move into the next step. The next step, you're going to go up quick, down really slow, up quick, down really slow, up quick, down really slow. If you can do 20 of those, what we're going to move into is opposite step. Now you can go up quick. Don't lose your balance. So up quick, down really slow past the step. Up quick, down really slow past the step. So now you're lengthening that heel cord or that Achilles. So you're going to do about 20 of those. And you can do 20 of those. What we're going to get you to do is do that exact same progression on one foot. So I'm just going to put my shoes on now, but you can do the same. We're going to talk about why you would want to do one foot at a time. So there's this word called proprioception. It means your body knowing where it is and where all of its parts are, where the joints are in space. That can be tricky once you've had an injury. Your body can lose that awareness, and that mind-body connection can start to get a little skewed. So what we want to do is we want to reinforce that or reinstill it. And the best way to do that is to focus on your exercises while you're doing them. They shouldn't take you more than about 10 or 15 minutes to do. But it's really important to try and focus and concentrate and create that mind-body connection again when you're doing them. The other thing you want to do is you want to be stable on 2 feet. Once you feel stable on 2 feet, you can move into single foot. The reason we want to do single foot is if you think about sports like soccer, basketball, running, you're on 1 foot most of the time. There's not very often that you're on 2 feet, and your injuries are going to happen when you're on 1 foot. So we want to make sure that you're really comfortable and really stable on just that 1 foot so that each side of the body is equal and strong and going to keep you safe. So what we're going to do, we're going to slide over and I'm going to show you some of the exercises with your shoes on this time. So with your tape, you're going to make this cross shape. We're going to use that for jumping. And then you're also going to make this V shape on the ground as well. We've got our X on the ground. You're going to take whatever ankle is the injured ankle, and that is the one you're going to be working on to start. So you're going to start off on one leg, and you're going to jump forward and backwards, just clearing the line, landing nice and softly, 10 times, forward and back. Then you're going to go 10 side to side. You want to make sure that your knee is landing right over your second toe. Good. And then you're going to do 10 on a diagonal, and we don't show it here, but you're going to do 10 on a diagonal starting from the other corner. And then you're just going to do this box jump. So you're putting it all together, doing a box one way and then the other way. Again, softly landing, and you can see this is a challenge for everyone. The next thing we're going to do is go into that squat. You're going to take your tennis ball and you're going to bend your knee down, try to touch the ball to the floor. So you try to keep your knee over your second toe and your ankle in that tripod position that we talked about earlier. So you're using your foot for control here. Now you're going to jump up with 2 feet and down with 2 feet. So you're landing softly, jumping up 10 times. Then you're going to go up with 2, down with 1. So you don't want to let your knee cave in like mine just did. So you're going to try and pull your knee a little bit wider so that we land, it's right over your second toe. That one's better. Good. Nice and slow and controlled, soft landing. You shouldn't hear much thunk. And then you can move into more of a running position. So alternating feet, stopping between each one, and again, doing about 10 each side. Now you're going to grab your ball. We're going to move into single leg stand. So you're going to stand on one leg and you're going to start to make a figure 8 with the ball so that you're moving outside of your base of support. Nice and slow, trying to keep that knee over your second toe. Now where it gets a little bit fun, you can do things like bouncing the ball all around your body or passing it back and forth to a partner. So those are some great exercises to help you work on your strength, mobility, and proprioception through your ankles. They really have minimal equipment and you can do them basically anywhere.